Srija of Sarat Chandra IAS Academy. Today we have a panel to discuss about the hotly debated topic climate change. The panel members include Nishu, Swarupa, Sanjana and Yokta. Coming on to the point, climate change. Climate change is the variations in the weather patterns, whereas United Nations has defined climate change as the variations in the temperature and weather patterns, which is mainly caused by human activities, especially by burning of the fossil fuels. Canada was the first person to observe the global temperature increases in 1938. The cause quoted by him was industrialization. However, most of the ancient scientists like Arrhenius, Joseph Fourier had said that the global warming is somewhat beneficial because it warms up the colder regions and it prevents the chance of slip-off into ice ages. But today, this concept of climate change and global warming has turned into the major demon.
I would like to alert people that it is not drizzling rain but a downpour creating effect on present and future. The global warming increasing the temperature at a faster pace and leading to increase the rate of evaporation and thus leading to a severe and pursued drought. You know that the American West is facing the worst drought ever recorded in 1200 years, stretching 22 years drought. The hotter climate condition is also adding fuel to vicious wildfire season. The world has witnessed double the number of wildfires recorded between the period 1980s to 2015. The Canada is facing the worst 500 times more than ever. The frequency of marine heat waves is increased by more than 3 times and leading to die-off of many phytocantons, marine mammals, and thus there is a drastic depletion in marine diversity, which has most effect on the climate. The warmer air can hold more moisture and thus leading the tropical cyclone to be more stronger and wetter and intensifying the cyclone. According to the report of Interpol panel of climate change has observed that the precipitation would increase by 7% per degree Celsius. The global warming is increasing the sea level also and thus extending the floodplain. And it is recorded that our nation would face approximately 45% of floodplain by 2100.
Well, sir, I would like to add few more points to the climate change. Climate change poses threat to the environment and economy too. The rise in temperature create extreme weather conditions like frequent droughts, wildfires, cyclones, floods, and many more unpredictable natural events. From the past few decades, the world is witnessing the rise in sea level. The major reason behind the rise in sea level due to the melting of ice caps. We all have to concern this issue because this is changing the river courses and this would lead to the disruption of agricultural produce. This climate change will not only impact to the atmosphere but also to the world water diversity too. Increased carbon dioxide absorption in the ocean lead to the ocean acidification. This would harm to the marine life and the coral reefs. One of the best examples for the impacts of the coral reefs was coral bleaching in Maldives. This environmental impacts drive scope to the economical impacts too. This impact will more on the employment opportunities to the fishermen and other allied activities to the marine ecosystem. Thus, there would be a shortage of commodities, supply-demand mismatch. This all will rise to the general price level, that is inflation. We can say that climate change will also act as an indirect factor to the inflation. This would be a burden to the government and as well as our human beings too. In 2022, 6.3% of output cut due to the climate change, and there is 8.3 billion loss of US dollars.
Well, that poses a major threat to human existence. But the major step lies in the initiatives we take and the eradication we do to the problem.
And here
awareness campaign among the masses. And one such initiative is Lifestyle for Environment Initiative. This is an initiative, India-led global initiative launched by our Honorable Prime Minister in 26th COP Summit in Glasgow in 2021. This initiative, it is a mass movement which nudges community and individuals towards right actions of sustainable development. And we have also a scheme for reducing the vehicular emissions, carbon emissions. This is FAME scheme. FAME. Fast adoption and manufacturing of hybrid and electrical vehicles. This scheme was launched in India. This scheme addresses the climate change problem very well. Like we have seen the Delhi pollution case. Delhi pollution is a drastic and disastrous crisis in India. This scheme can best address the Delhi pollution problem. Under this scheme, massive usage of electrical vehicles is highly encouraged. This would be highly helpful for India to reduce the pollution in major metropolitan cities like Delhi. And we have one other major initiative. It is a very popular initiative known as One World, One Sun, One Grid initiative. This is a joint initiative launched by the Prime Minister of India and the Prime Minister of United Kingdoms in the COP26 summit. This scheme is launched by the vision that the sun is never set. The sun is always present in some or the other country in the entire world. We know very well this phenomena. And under this phenomena, this crux was used by the world developed and developing countries in the COP summits to initiate one grid. The grid means solar panel. Under one solar panel, all the countries are connected, and at the time of crisis, or it's a daily network where one country shares its energy when the other country is facing sunlight. And we have many other initiatives also, like the Panchamrit scheme. Under Panchamrit scheme, Indian government has made certain promises and goals which it has taken very seriously to achieve by 2070 all. And it has many schemes as well, such as Nation Mission on Sustainable Habitat, National Mission for Global Land, National Mission for Sustaining the Himalayan Ecosystem, National Water Mission. Yeah.
However, Sanjana, not only the national measures but also several international delegations has conducted to mitigate the impact of climate. For instance, Paris Agreement and Kyoto Protocol, which has conducted where we see the concept of sustainable development and cutting down the emission, where we taught that not only the over-extraction of resources like fossil fuel, but to save it for the future generation. And recently, we attended the COP28, the most delegatory summit, where we have taken the initiative of Loss and Damage Fund, which is nothing but to compensate the nation facing climate crisis. And even our Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi has announced that we are going to conduct COP28 meeting. We are going to conduct COP32 meeting in 2028. Along with all of this, the globe is also concentrating on the climate financing, which is nothing but the developed country will finance to the less developed and developing countries. Here, I would like to take the example of Africa and Pakistan. Africa, which contribute 4% of the global emission, and it has to face the 4 billion losses of lives. Whereas in Pakistan, it just contributed 1% of the emission, but it has faced this severe flood in last year. So the climate financing will help them to contributing and taking the measures to come out of this.
As we all know, Earth is mother of patience, and we all have tested it enough, and an element of it has turned out to be the given, made by us. As Helen has said, alone I can do little, but together we can do so much more. Collective working in eradicating the problems will give us collective progress. Thank you.